the worst is like when you're a female gamer and the guys find out you're a female gamer and they'll send you some of the most fucked up hate mail, bro.
Yeah.
And I was seeing some stuff where like if you have to like princess or lady or your character's a female, people on the PS4 group would say stuff like, you know, get raped, you're a bitch, you're a cunt, go back to the kitchen, girls don't play video games. I'm like, fuck, man. I'm like, leave this person alone. You don't have to go all that hard.
It's pretty strange too. Like I've never really been one to play too many MMOs or play too many things where I would kind of need to be online interfacing with random people all over the world. Like maybe at most I would play Call of Duty, you know, as a teenager and do like Nazi zombies where like at most it was 4 people on a team. And even then when I would really play with like mics, it was like I knew 1 or 2 of the people or something. But this just like, you know, having to be like in a raid or in a dungeon or something, or like just having to be a coordinated group of, you know, just individuals that could be all over the planet. And just kind of having them all have to communicate and get together. And it's like, it's funny that you mentioned your friend in England playing a lot of Destiny 2. I feel like I've been playing with so many English people, like just kind of randomly connecting with. And it's just, you know, there's that weird horror element to it where it is this really misogynistic toxicity thing, or even just weird alpha bro kind of behavior towards each other. But then it's even just kind of weird sometimes where even kind of neutral interactions with another person is like, it's not great. Like, it's just like, yeah, that guy was kind of out there. I wouldn't call him creepy, but he was just kind of, you know, seemed a little out there. But, you know, I guess that's okay. I guess that's a weird, like, I guess that's an overall positive experience, is that these random individuals I played with made like just a few too many weird innuendo jokes, or just like had like some weird stuff going on in the background. Like there's the baby crying the whole time, and it's like, well, okay, the guy was nice enough, but his baby didn't shut up. So it's just like, it's weird that, you know, those are positive experiences just because of human behavior being just such a toxic element sometimes in these random interactions.
Yeah. I've had a lot of positive and a lot of negative experience working with random fire teams. Like some good positive experiences. Like I've made a lot of really good friends from around the world.
Definitely.
I've kept in touch with some friends I haven't talked to in a long time, but we mainly play Destiny together. It's just like, it's kind of cool to like meet random people on LFG and then do an event and just like, it's like a weird, it's like, you know, like you're playing Super Mario and then Mario grabs a flag and he puts his hands up and it's a victory. It's like that, but like doing a raid with 6 people is like all you guys are able to grab that flag and put your hands up, and it's good fun. And also, you know, the negative side is like I've seen like, I'm a really sociable guy, so I meet all these people and I'll try to put all these random players together and try to create a fire team, especially like during Iron Banner. And I've learned that that's usually not the best idea, because if you don't pick and choose who's in the group and you just leave it open and people just join you, it can implode real fast. One time, I have nothing against these people whose story I'm about to tell. I'm sure they're never going to see it, but I had this one player, we'll just call him Chance. We'll call him Chance. Chance, he says everything on his mind, and sometimes his words, I think he's a good guy. No, he's a good guy. He's always been nice, but he at times will use the wrong words, and that can trigger certain people if you're not respecting the certain boundaries. And we were playing Iron Banner, and then my other friend, I'll call him Actor. So Chance and Actor are in this 6-man fire team in Iron Banner. Chance gets a kill and say, you know, suck my dick, you bunch of F words. And then of course Actor, he's gay. He takes offense to this. He's like, hey, you know, I don't appreciate you saying the word. Can you not say it? Of course, when you tell Chance to not do something, he's gonna do it. It happens again, and this whole fire team just explodes, man. And everybody, it just gets super awkward. chances goes off in the in the lobby, or not lobby, sorry, in the group chat. And so you're trying to play this video game, and then I have to try to mediate this because I could put this whole team together. And I'm like, hey man, calm down. And then the guy, actor is like, no, he said the F word, and I told him not to say it. Obviously, obviously I know actor was right. Like, if somebody tells you to stop doing something, you have to stop. It, no matter what, you're in the social community. If it makes somebody feel uncomfortable, you kind of have to stop. But Chance wasn't backing down, so it implodes. And then actor left the group, and then what kind of sucks is that the guys who stayed in the chat, they're all like, oh, what's this fairy crying about? He's just a word. And it just made me kind of sad, man. It's like, and it's just like, come on, you gotta respect him and his choices. You can't, if somebody feels uncomfortable, you gotta stop. And I think that kind of affected my relationship with both the guys, because I don't really play an actor too much, but we're still friends, and I haven't really seen Chance for a while. We played a few times here or there after the incident, but I haven't seen him before. I haven't seen him in the last year. So that's some of the, I guess, horror stories of playing with other people. Or another one that isn't too long is just basically playing with somebody without a mic and trying to do a raid. Trying to do a raid with somebody without a mic, no webcam, so you don't know what they're saying, and they're only communicating by message. There's nothing worse than having somebody send a group message because they don't have a mic and just popping all over your screen, taking out your radar, just getting out your field of view, and it just blows. Like, hey, if you're gonna be playing a raid, highly suggest you get a mic or some better form of communication than freaking sending a message where it would just blow up on your screen. Get a Discord, because you don't need a mic. You don't even need to talk to finish raid. There's the I guess 5 or 6 people, deaf people who just did a whole raid,
right,
using emotes and sign language, which is pretty. It's pretty crazy. If I can find a video clip, I'll post it up. But yeah, not to bring this whole conversation down, but they're positive negatives about working with 6 people.
No, are you asking me about positives and negatives? Or?
Yeah, sorry, I was just telling you.
Okay.
I was just saying that just like positive negatives of working with 6 people. But yeah, it's still a lot of fun, Like, you got any funny raid stories?
Nothing too much. I mean, I've only done a handful here and there, but it was like I had one experience, a few months ago where it was one of my buddies invited me to one of his buddies' raids, and it was like this weird tangential thing, and then my friend ended up having to drop out. His internet didn't work, so I ended up raiding with these random people for pretty much most of the day. And I think we did 3 raids together, and it was a pretty interesting experience. And it was, just, that was a good experience. No one was overly creepy. It was, there were a lot of, female gamers in the chat, and it was, nice that no one was toxic or targeting them, or, even the most senior member of the group was like this, I can't even remember her name, something Pikachu, but she'd done this raid, she'd done the Last Wish 30 times or something. Yeah, she was awesome. And so, yeah, that was, a lot of fun. And those were just, people I had no connection to, but they walked me through it. I got a little tilted here and there, but, I was able to walk through it, take a couple deep breaths and get through the rest of the Last Wish. But outside of that, no, just, yeah, nothing too good. Just,
yeah.
It's yeah, you just need that mic. It's a coordinated effort. If you're not bringing a mic, why are you playing a raid? There's so much other content in the game. I've been that guy who's my mic hasn't been working, and I've made it work where I just had the audio of the team. I wasn't verbally communicating, but I was just trying my best to make it known that I could hear everybody and was just doing whatever was directed of me. And so I guess that's all I can say is if you don't have a mic for some of this online content, then,
yeah,
instant message or your best friend. Get a Discord,
Get a
figure
Discord.
out some sort of message or make it happen.
Yeah. Whenever my headphones aren't working, I just use my gym headphones because just put the audio cord in. It has a mic in the headphones. I mean, it's not gonna be glamorous, but it works. And to go back to what you were talking about when you're playing with female gamers, one of my pet peeves is when you're playing a video game with like a female, and then you get one person comes in the chat or finds out that she's a female. This is nothing on the female player. The guys, for some reason, the guys they become like players. The entire dynamic of the team would change. People like the guys we use like into Windows or just try to hit on the female player. And I'm just like, man, dude, I'm just trying to do a raid, man. Let's just get this finished. I don't want to hear about how sly you are, like it's like everybody took a page out of the pickup artist. I mean, I still like playing with female players, and like I said, there's nothing against them. It's just like sometimes guys be acting a fool, man, in these freaking lobbies.
Yeah, it's weird. And then I don't know. It's weird being someone who's kind of getting older on the internet, and just like a friend and I today were just trying to do some Trials of Osiris, and we matched up with like a 12-year-old or something, and it's just kind of like, yeah, kid, we're not really here to be your babysitter. We're just trying to get through this. I don't want to walk you through this campaign and that campaign or whatever. Nice enough experience overall, but it was still just interesting being like, the older I get, being like, oh yeah, there's more and more 12-year-olds on the internet every year. That's what it's like with 12-year-olds on the internet. I get older, but they stay the same age.
Oh man, yeah, man. 12-year-olds on the internet. My brother, he's 13, and he plays Destiny here and there, but his main game is Siege. But he's better at PvP than me, and he's using like blue weapons just because he does have a lot of highlight armor, and he's like slaying in PvP. I don't know, maybe kids these days are just built for video games. My friends say it's because like kids now have like a better form of ADHD where they can like be distracted on multiple things and focus at the same time. I mean, I don't know, but like
maybe they're just more used to looking at like digital inputs, like where a lot of our even public school learning was still like textbooks and chalkboards, and even today, especially now, where it's just they're spending a lot more time looking at screens just across the board, and even interfacing with their iPhones, and just like getting more used to how pixels look and how used to like changing pixels look, that maybe they're just, plus also Twitch reflexes on a 13-year-old are going to be
yeah,
but still overall I feel like the point I'm trying to make is like maybe just more of a culture around observing virtual worlds and digital interfaces is kind of also like seeping in somehow.
Yeah, I guess you're right, because like I mean, I grew up playing video games.
Yeah, me too.
But the video games were just like, they were just different. They weren't like what they are now. They're a lot more social.
We had crappier TVs, crappier monitors,
TVs,
smaller pixel or fewer pixels.
Fewer pixels, yes. Also, if you guys haven't seen the show, was it High Score? Is this called High Score or Game Over or something? It's on Netflix. It's a documentary about video games. I've gone through 2 episodes, and they talked about Atari and Space Invaders, and then they transitioned to the Super Nintendo. And in the 3rd episode, I haven't seen it yet, but I saw pictures of the PlayStation. So you guys like video games or the history of it, check it out. But yeah, video games came a long way, and like these kids are just adapting so much faster to it, man. Like they're playing Fortnite on their phones. Like I remember my phone only had Snake or Tetris.
Yeah.
And it didn't even have color. It barely even had minutes. It had 750 minutes a month.
Yeah.
And it had like 60 text messages or something. And nowadays, phones, you don't even need internet. You just need, or you don't even need data. You just need Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Play anything. All right, I need to hit the bathroom.
Okay, hit the bathroom.